Hello once again. Yeah, so Manny Pacquiao versus Ugas is just around the corner. What can we expect? Well, Manny Pacquiao hasn't actually had a fight since 2019, when he beat almost exactly 2 years ago. When he beat Keith Thurman very impressively, but yeah. Sorry. The problem is that Ugas has had a fight, or has had two fights in between since then, and he won them both. So yeah, Ugas is also significantly younger. He's 35, while Manny is 42, almost 43. Yeah, when we look at the tail of the tape, also Dennis Ugas has got 2.5 inch height advantage, and just a second, and 2 inch reach advantage also. Yeah. So of course, this is not gonna be an easy fight for Manny. I believe. Even though, yeah, I mean, he's still an amazing guy, amazing fighter, force of nature. But Ugas has made some good fighters look not that impressive, in the past. So yeah, Sean Porter, for instance, yeah, not that long ago, in 2019 March. He also has victories over Thomas Delorme, Ray Robinson, Omar Figueroa Jr., Mike Dallas Jr., Abel Ramos. So this guy can definitely fight. I mean, even though he's not undefeated, of course, but I mean, all his losses so far came in close fights, and on points, and a few of them were actually by split decision, you know, or most of them. So yeah, I mean, one should expect a really tough fight for both guys, but still, since Manny hasn't fought for so long, and is at the age he is, that's gonna be tough for him. He was, I guess, the line goes somewhere. How long you can keep fighting like that. Like he did so far. And he was 40 years old last time he fought. And yeah, he was impressive, but still, he was fighting a guy who hadn't fought for a while, also Thurman. So I guess that's one of the key reasons why Pacquiao won that fight. I believe if Thurman had been, the same guy that he was like 2 years ago, that I don't think Manny would have won that fight, or it would have been a lot harder for him anyway. Yeah. Of course, Ugas is a Cuban, and you know that they are usually very good technicians and can be tricky to fight. And yeah, the height and reach advantage are not that big that should play such a big part. I believe Thurman is about the same height as Ugas, around 5'9", about the same reach probably as well. The key element here is who is fresher and who can sustain their activity longest period of time. Because I don't think, for one thing, I don't think many can stop Ugas. Okay, not at this point, at this age, and of course he should be able to retain his activity and his stamina and all that level longer, because he's the by far the younger guy, you might say, by quite a long chalk. And yeah, so I don't think there's so much to say. I mean, Ugas is not a thunderous puncher, but he has scored some stoppages over some good or decent fighters, like Ray Robinson, for instance. Yeah, so, but of course, as always, I don't know how it will go with the judging, and even if Ugas deserves to, if he wins, actually, I don't know if he will get the decision. That's always the factor, you have to look on upon. So maybe, I mean, he would have to. I mean, he will have to be really dominant, I think, to get that decision. Yeah, I'm not sure if he can do that, but yeah. I mean, Manny has said that he wants now a really brutal knockout victory, but I don't think that's happening. Still, one never knows. It's the Pac-Man. He's a really wonder of nature. But I expect it to be a rather close fight. But I think in the long run, in the later rounds, Manny will maybe have problems. He may guess, then Ugas will take over probably. And then anything can happen. He can even score a late stoppage, perhaps Ugas, I don't know. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me really, given that Manny hasn't fought for so long and is 42, and a half, or actually more. Anyway, yeah. I'm a little divided, I can still see Manny because he still has his speed, I guess, but he's no longer the same guy he was like 5 or 6, 7 years ago, Definitely, yeah. So, I think, well, it's more realistic to, hope to predict some sort of a decision that can go either way. If the fight is close, of course, it can go either way. If not, if either guy dominates, then of course it's logical. After all. But I kind of lean a little bit more towards Ugas to pull off this upset, shall we say? Yeah, I do. So I think my final prediction would be Ugas wins by either by decision or by some kind of late stoppage, perhaps after the 10th round or after the 9th round. So that was my assessment of that fight. I'm kind of looking forward to it, yeah, because it will definitely prove that I think it will be Manny's last fight, most likely. All right, so see you until the next time. Bye bye.